No.
What is up? What is up, Eagles fam? The Eagles snapped their 3-game losing streak. They get the W over the Carolina Panthers in amazing fashion, 21-18. They moved to 2-3 on the season. We're going to talk about our top reactions, our top takeaways. We're going to just break down our player grades for Jalen Hurts. And joining me is my man, Ty. What's up, Ty?
What's going on, everybody? Big win.
Woo! Guys, if you're watching us live, be sure to comment, react with us, and always smash that subscribe button. My goodness, where do I begin? I have to start with the defense, and special teams. But I want to start with the defense because how long has it been since the Eagles won the turnover battle? It has felt like decades. When the Sixers just have not been able to get defensive takeaways. They held Sam Darnold to 3 interceptions in this game. Two by Darius, one huge one by Steven Nelson. What's your takeaway on this Eagles defensive performance, Ty?
I mean, last week I graded them at I think a D-. So they were really bad last week. Still some holes against the run, but for the most part they played that bend don't break that Gannon talks about, and it actually worked out for him for this week. I didn't think Sam Darnold was very good. You can really see a difference in the Carolina offense. I actually got to watch them early in the year. You can see a big difference between them with Christian McCaffrey in the game and without him in the game. But still, defense played really well. A ton of pressure. Hargrave continues to be the story of the front four. I did like that the broadcast pointed out that Cox gets the double coverage almost every time, and then when he didn't, he got home. So that was nice to see today. Josh Sweat had a sack. Barnett didn't have any stupid penalties, so I mean that's all I really care out of him anymore. Don't really care if he gets a tackle or anything. Just make sure you don't do anything dumb. I thought that they did not put the linebackers in as crucial situations as they did in weeks past. They didn't leave them out there to just defend everything, and that helped this week.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, 21 of 37, 177 yards. Again, 3 interceptions. The defensive line, the Eagles had 8 quarterback hits, 3 sacks, 1 by Fletcher Cox, 1 by Javon Hargrave, and 1 by Ryan Kerrigan. 5 pass deflections. The story of this game is Darius Slay coming up huge twice, and then Steven Nelson there in the second half. I don't even know where to begin with Javon Hargrave. I can't even imagine this Eagles team without Hargrave on this roster because he has been everything. I think he's now up to 6 sacks. The dude is on pace to shatter records. So thank you, Javon Hargrave. And then we go to the offensive side, which really was mind-numbing. That first half was absolute garbage. It was really hard to watch. I kept, saying to myself, it's only one game. It's only, especially with Jalen Hurts, who was missing guys left and right, not seeing the field, struggling with his accuracy. And then sure enough, we probably had, you could correct me if I'm wrong, a career moment for Jalen Hurts, especially getting the ball here with how many minutes remaining in this game? 3 after that TJ Edwards block punt. Hurts had the ball. They were down 2, I believe, and Hurts had that huge pass. Hurts had that huge pass to Goddard for 20 yards, got down there to the goal line, and then gets it in there for the touchdown. That was just a huge moment for Jalen Hurts, and he delivered. Just a tale of 2 halves. What was your take on Jalen Hurts?
So first, Josh Sweat had the 3rd sack. Kerrigan had a tackle today. Sorry. Okay. I had a bet with a buddy that Sweat was getting a sack today, and when you didn't say his name, I had to bring my notes back up just to make sure. So I won my bet. Offensively, I thought the play calling was awful in the first half.
It was horrible.
I thought that Nick Sirianni is still really trying to find what kind of play caller he's going to be. I think I posted on the Twitter site at one point that Carolina got the memo on the bubble screens. There were multiple times where I know he didn't have a ton of time, but he had guys open down the seam that he missed. But at the same time, just really, I even if it's 2 or 3 yards a gain, I would just like to see them try and establish the run a little bit more than they have been.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, when you're running so many RPOs, like you got to sell the run at some point. And if anybody's wondering why we don't utilize Miles Sanders more, you watch the last possession there by the Eagles. That tells you every reason why Miles Sanders is not touching the ball. The fact that he kept running out of bounds again and again, that tells you every freaking thing about Miles Sanders. The dude's
Chris,
a
I almost got physically sick.
I was like, I was like celebrating with my wife. We were having a party, and then Miles Sanders running out of bounds, and he does it again. It was just absolutely nauseating.
Could not believe it.
It's brutal. And then you see Gainwell on the next possession get a 12-yard run and just nosedives straight. You stay inbounds. My goodness, Miles Sanders, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? But like you said in that first half. They were playing everything underneath. It was all quick slants, quick snaps, which we expected, but they didn't utilize any part of that intermediate area of the field. They didn't try to go deep. It was just so predictable offensively, just like we saw under Doug Peterson. And then sure enough, we kind of started to see Jalen Hurts especially get a little more comfortable in that second half. So how would you grade Jalen Hurts' performance here, man?
Like you said, it's a tale of two halves. I thought that he managed the game really well in the second half. He made a really great throw to Quez Watkins, had a couple of nice scrambles out of the pocket. But for the most part, he managed the game well in the second half. In the first half, he did not manage the game very well. He gets a C plus for me today. We're not going to break into that B. And it's only a C plus because of the W on the win-loss record. If they lose today, it's a D or worse. But in the second half, he made one big throw and managed the game really well. And that's sometimes what you got to do, especially if your defense is actually playing well.
Yeah, that play where after the Eagles scored a touchdown to take the lead and they had a 2-point conversion, he read the pressure, he stepped out of the pocket, and he made a dart to Devontae Smith for the 2-point conversion. That was hands down one of the best, stone cold plays I've seen from Jalen Hurts in his young career. Hi, sweetie. Hello. Go Birds. All right. So I think I'll probably give him a C. I think a C plus actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I can't ignore the first half. Lack of execution, miscommunication, missed big plays that we've seen again and again from Jalen Hurts. Yeah. That one where you had Quez Watkins down a seam, like wide open, and he completely missed him. That can't happen. McNabb 2.0.
I had to put that up there. I can't help but agree a little bit today. That was a really McNabb-esque game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love this comment by Quentin Moore. He says, Miles Sanders clearly bet on the Carolina Panthers. Steven says, I don't mind the interception by Hurts. He must stand in the middle of the pocket, step up, and deliver. That is the next step in terms of evolving Jalen Hurts into a franchise quarterback. Marky Mark says, amazing when you have Darius Slay and Steven Nelson are man-to-man and you get turnovers instead of playing soft zone. Bowtie Band says, that's a fun name.
That's a great name.
The D showed up. Steven says, we had a patchwork O-line positioning-wise. You won on the road. This is a huge win, man.
Yeah.
This is an absolutely monumental win. They moved to 2-3 on the season. They've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you would have told me like 2-3 weeks ago that would be 2-3, I am happy as a peach. I'm good. Where do you stand here with the Eagles at 2-3?
So I am, as my dad calls me, the eternal pessimist with this team right now. Before the Atlanta game, I had them at 5 wins for the year. Like I had them going 5-12. Then they go out, they beat Atlanta pretty convincingly, and I sat on this podcast and everybody was, all sorts of on board. And I still felt I felt a little better in week 1. I thought maybe we were gonna jump up, maybe win 6 or 7 games.
Uh-huh.
But this is a 5-win team. I think they beat they beat the Washington football team and the Giants on their schedule. But I don't know. There aren't any other sure thing wins for them. And I think they might even split with the other 2 teams in the division.
Yeah, yeah. How about this play to Quez Watkins came out of nowhere, man. Still through the third quarter, the Eagles offense was dead to rights. Like they were truly struggling. And this bomb to Quez just opened up the entire fourth quarter for them.
He is the biggest surprise of the year at this point outside of Hargrave. Quez Watkins has played really good football. And if you watch this, the highlight you threw up there really shows how great a route he runs. Now, they didn't have any help over the top there. He kind of beats his guy, but I mean, he runs a great route. It's a great, it just really posts a flag and does what he needs to do.
Steven says, I got to agree with Seth Jordan here. The way they're using Sanders and Ertz this year is hard. Did you see that drop by Zach Ertz? Was that a bad throw or is that a bad drop? Because for me, I want to see guys like Zach Ertz make that catch. You got to make that catch in that situation, right?
So I think I put on Twitter for the TPL site. Not a great throw, should have been a great catch, right? So I don't think it was a good throw, but it certainly should have been a great catch by a guy who's a borderline Hall of Famer at this point at that position.
Yeah. Here's the first interception by Darius Slay. Man, it just feels so good. Man, hopefully this is kind of the trend that the Eagles get that monkey off their back. They start getting some defensive takeaways moving forward this season because it's been bleak the last 2 years, man.
The turnovers today was just man, was it nice. There's no other way to put it. Just seeing them turn the ball over a couple of times, turn a team over a couple of times was really a change of scenery for us.
I think this is the second Darius Slay interception here. I don't think there it is. I don't have the Steven Nelson one yet. I will have breakdowns on all the best plays and all of Jalen Hurts' snaps within the next few hours. But man, the defense is the storyline of this game. There is no question about that. Especially considering, last week, Jonathan Gannon was the guy that everyone was shitting on. Like this guy got completely destroyed. Talk about a tale. Like the ebb and flow of the NFL is absolutely insane. You go last week where Eagles didn't punt the ball. The Kansas City Chiefs didn't punt the ball. There were 8 punts in the first half in this game. And then Jonathan Gannon, for me, let's jump right into player MVP of this game. I'll go Gannon. I'm going to go Gannon, even though it was the execution of Hargrave and Cox and Slay and Steven Nelson. Jonathan Gannon is my player of the game because this dude was thrown under a bus by the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Jonathan Hargrave, you're my player of the game. What about you, man? Who's your player of the game?
So I got to throw Steven's comment up here for my player of the game. My player of the game is the Carolina Panthers offensive coordinator. I completely agree with this comment.
Yeah, man.
All they needed to do was commit to the run. If they ran the ball 40 times today against this Eagles defense, they would have won the game.
Yeah.
And maybe that's, I don't mean that they couldn't have beat us by throwing the football, but this defense has shown and still shows they can't stop the run. They gave up some yardage on the ground today. But my player of the game, I think you just got to go special teams unit. I think blocked punt, Sipo's punted the ball really well. Elliott hits a long field goal that makes the win even possible. So we're gonna throw out special teams.
Yeah, man, that was a massive.
Slay. I mean, Slay's probably player of the game in real talk with 2 picks. I don't disagree with you, man. We usually try and jump away from the obvious, though.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Here is Javon Hargrave with his 6th sack of the season, man. Let's wrap it up. Final thoughts, man. And what do you got going on? Where can we find you?
So, final thoughts are I don't want us to win too many games because I love thinking about having a really good first round draft pick. And especially with how many first round picks we possibly could have this year. I'm fine with them winning like 3 games. It'll be a really frustrating year because I mean I've been that's a pick. The Giants just picked off Dak Prescott on the first game.
Love it.
But I just
well, here we go. Here's what it looks like right now. Miami lost today to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That pick is looking nice. Now Tua comes back next week. Very likely Tua's back. But right now, you look at the Miami Dolphins, 4th overall. Obviously, we have a long way to go. And then the Colts. When do the Colts play today? What's going on with the Colts? I'm not sure.
Are they in that game? Hold on. I can tell you.
Colts.
Anybody on the comments know when the
Colts play Monday night versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore.
Okay.
So there is that. So regardless, you have a really nice looking pick here from the Miami Dolphins, which is house money. You gotta love that.
Yeah. Well, I think the Dolphins are that much better with Tua in there. To be perfectly honest with you, they're in my doghouse right now because I sat Myles Gaskin this week and he went the heck off. And every other week before today, he's barely touched the ball. But I don't think they're that much better with Brissett in there. So I mean, you're talking about the possibility of 3 picks inside the top 15.
Possible.
You know what I mean? Like
I would be shocked if the Colts don't pull Carson Wentz if they're kind of out of the playoff picture though, right? Like that is gonna happen. I would imagine.
We know Carson Wentz though. If they do that, he's done.
It's true.
I mean,
Steven says, I don't know if it's Fletcher Cox slowing down or Javon Hargrave improving, but man, those 2 are fearsome against the pass. We still miss Brandon Graham. How does Carolina not exploit that? Absolutely love it. And then at the end of the day, I feel like the first game of the season I feel like the first 4 games of the season is preseason anymore. So anyway, final thoughts.
I gotta throw this up to my guy Eric Stone. Yeah, man, what the heck?
All right, guys. Eagles move on to 2-3. Get a huge W in Carolina. They got a tough one coming up in just a few days against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this Thursday night. I will not be on the postgame show. I'll be on vacation for that. Yeah. So unless you guys want to handle it, but I will not be joining. But guys, just want to say thank you to everyone watching. Please be sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. It helps out so much. I will be having Jalen Hurts all plays breakdowns. I'll be having Devontae Smith all targets and every best play from the Eagles coming down within the next few hours. So make sure you subscribe here to the Painted Lines. Follow my man Ty on Twitter at TyBook3 or P2P 2021. And you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. For Ty, for myself, thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome, everyone.